as far as the city systems are concerned, the human resource part of it, we have a large number of cities and local bodies, but it's a question of the capacity being there. Capacity in terms of the required personnel being there, capacity in terms of the personnel having appropriate background, qualifications, experience, or the professionalism which is required, and then they being able to participate and contribute to this process. I don't know whether it'd be possible for you to throw some light on if this has happened in your country, at least in the local body context. Did this happen because the government drove the agenda, or it happened because the local bodies wanted this to happen, or is it that the people wanted this change?
Firstly, obviously, the pressure came from the people. They want the change, and they want the change fast. The part about the delivery is that in the civil servants, we knew some of structures or even capabilities were not there. So we had to do several things. One was obviously capacity building, so they were exposed to different ways of doing things, and they were given training or even given education. That's one. But the most impactful, in my view, in terms of improving the capability, was injection of different people coming into the government, giving a sense of drive and agency. So the people themselves that reported to that new organization, new person, really followed through.
How much of a role would you see for the non-government sector or the private sector in contributing to creating better capacities? I put it in the context of there not being so many institutions which are currently there, which would impart training to the existing personnel of the local bodies, and also those who would want to join the process of being part of local administration.
Now, on our part, Malaysia has been very fortunate that the MNCs or the private sector that has invested in Kuala Lumpur specifically has been very encouraging in terms of training development for its staff. So for us, there is no issue about private companies not training or making the necessary development for the staff that it has. But the key point is, and to highlight one, is that for major projects that we're undertaking in Kuala Lumpur, you need so many talent. You need your engineers, you need your technicians, you need the HR people. How do you address that? We're trying to attract all the multinationals coming to Malaysia to attract investments, and they need all specialized skills. How do we bridge that gap? So previously, it was a bit uncoordinated. And what we've realized again actually is that the intervention was that to put a body, what we call a talent corporation, to manage this, what I would say, seamless connectivity or understanding between private sector needs, project needs, against what the university needs. So there is a discussion now ongoing between the supply part, which is the university, and the demand side, which is the industry, whether it be government, whether it be private sector, to see what kind of areas you need next, not just for this year, but next 3 to 4 years as the projects mature.
Besides the generic private sector, public sector arrangement on exchange of personnel, did you also tap into a sense of belonging to the city? And what I mean is, whether through volunteering or part-time work or something. And the reason I'm saying is quite specific, right? Some of the world's best finance professionals work in the business district of Bombay, which is not more than 1 kilometer, which is less than a kilometer from the municipal corporation of Bombay. Similar thing applies in Bangalore, right? Not more than half an hour's drive. Some of the world's best IT professionals work in some of the world's best companies in Bangalore, but the municipal corporation of Bangalore is in really bad shape.
I don't have the data to comment about how many people from the ground has actually supported this agenda. But there are, I would say, parts of civil society that have come to the fore to address some of society's ills. For example, addressing poverty is one of the national agenda. Addressing poverty in cities is. Then we have seen civil organizations set up their own organizations to help poor people on the ground without any government support. So, these are the things that have come up on its own without government direction or without government incentives. They have come up on their own. For example, as well, we are now trying to clean up, our extremely dirty river in Kuala Lumpur, Sungai Klang and Sungai Gombak. And, what we are now to start off is engagement with the communities that live along the river, to be able to say that please don't throw rubbish into the river. Please make sure that you hold on from people using it for unnecessary means. So those sort of things. Unfortunately, I don't have the data to say, but I can see stories along parts of KL in various other areas that civil society has participated.